Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Crochet Along Live here at the Jayda and Stitches show on the Thursday before Christmas. 'Twas the Thursday before Christmas. And if you are calm, then congratulations. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, well then today we've got a nice little simple kind of crochet / craft project for you. So I was fiddling around yesterday. I made this silly little sheep ornament. I think it's hilarious. I modeled it. I saw something on Pinterest. A bunch of people were making kind of wreaths that looked like animals, or kind of like animals hugging the wreath, I guess. So I tried to make a mini one. I based it off of our wreath pattern, which is a freebie over on our website. And I tried to make a little miniature version of it that just sort of looked like a sheep. So this one is for us. The knitters, the crocheters, the loomers, everybody who loves wool. If you know anybody who also likes yarn or playing with yarn, then this might be a cute ornament for them, but this one's mostly for us. It's super quick. It's definitely a scrap project. And we are going to have a free pattern for all of you available on our website just as soon as our website gets back up and running. We're still working on it. We've actually called in some reinforcements. We're still trying to figure out what's going on. So as soon as that's up and running, we will be posting about it, and we'll post a link so that you guys can run over and grab a copy of that for free if you want it. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. Happy solstice. I can't believe it's the first day of winter. Shortest day today here in the Northern Hemisphere. So if you cannot handle it getting so dark so early like we can't, then brighter days are literally ahead. The days start getting longer tomorrow. So woohoo! So that's what we're going to make today. You are going to need, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 yards of the super bulky yarn. I'm using one of those blanket yarns, nice fluffy white super bulky yarn, maybe 6 yards. And an 8mm hook, also known as an L or an 11 for this part. You're going to need some regular size 4 or DK medium weight yarn for the little head, like 2 yards. I would recommend a black or a dark color. I've made one in gray, but I'm going to demonstrate using a lighter brown just so you can sort of see what I'm doing. A couple yards of that. And for that, you'll need a 4.5mm hook or a size 7. A yarn needle, maybe 2, depending on the difference between your stitches in the super bulky weight yarn and the size 4 regular weight yarn. I've got 2. I've got one that can handle sort of heavier yarn and one that's a little lighter. A pair of scissors, maybe a stitch marker. You're going to want a little hanger, some ribbon or some cord or something so you can put a little hanger on them. And I've also strung some beads on the bottom of my little legs just so they hang down and they kind of do that crazy leg dance when he's hanging there. And I've got a little tray full of beads. I haven't quite decided which ones I'm going to use. I've got a whole bunch of different kinds. I've got some wood ones, big ones, small ones, different colors. I've got some nice beads from the 1990s. I don't know if any of you were beading in the 90s. You might recognize these. Certainly the colors of that whole Navajo colorway was so popular in the 90s. So I've got some hearts. I've got a whole bunch of things here. So that's my little bead tray. And that's it. We can get started. Mr. InStitches, welcome, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I would like to shout out Nico, because before we got started, Nico mentioned a birthday.
Yes.
A happy birthday to Nico.
A very happy birthday to Nico.
What a special day to have a birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to...
On the solstice. Wow.
Happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating a birthday this week. I know you probably feel like your birthday gets a little overlooked since we're so close to all the holidays. So happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nico. Thank you to Nico for gifting a membership before we got going. I saw that whiz by in the chat as I was roaring around here, getting myself together. So thank you very, very much. And let's get into it.
There's also a milestone from Nico. I want to shout out the milestone. Thank you for that too.
Okay, everybody. Quick little word of warning just before we get going. It is crazy windy out there today. We are experiencing a very, very blustery day. So fingers crossed that we don't lose power. But if we do, and we suddenly aren't here, you know what happened. So just so you know ahead of schedule. Okay, we are going to get right into it. I'm going to make a little bit of room here so I can get going. I'll put my scissors to the side and my two things. I'm going to leave. We're going to start with the main body of our little sheep. So we want to start with our blanket yarn or our super bulky yarn. I would recommend something that's really fluffy for the body. You don't have to really see what stitches you're making. So if you've got some bizarrely fluffy novelty yarn in your stash, like some fun fur or something that's just really, really fluffy and typically gives you a hard time if you're trying to see your stitches, that would be a good yarn for this project. Because you don't have to look at your stitches. You don't really need to see stitches. You can really feel your way through this project. So here we go. We're going to start with that bulky weight yarn and a slip knot. And we're going to chain 10. So we're using our big hook, our big yarn, chaining 10. I think I've got 10 here, more or less. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Once you've got 10 chains, join with a slip stitch to the first one. Just shove your hook through underneath where your knot was. So even if you have trouble kind of seeing it, you can still see your little tail. So that's the giveaway. And you'll have a little ring that you can basically get 4 of your fingers into. So it doesn't have to be too big. Okay, here we go. Row 2. We are going to single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet into the ring 5 times total, because we are making these little kind of bubbly bits that stick out. So it looks like this. Right from where you are, single crochet, and you're doing it into the ring. So you're working around that chained 10 that you made. I'm going to work over top of my short tail, but you can weave it in later. 2 double crochet. So there's 1. And 2. And single crochet. There we go. All right, so just before I take off, I'm going to put a little marker on the first single crochet I made. So that's the single crochet I made. I'm marking it with my stitch marker because when I come back around, I'm going to join my row in that stitch. That's the first little bubbly bit to our wreath. So we're making a little wreath. And one of the things I also find was helpful is that if I hold the ring and I kind of pull back on my stitches, it gives me a little more room to kind of put a few more of these little repeating motifs into. So here goes number 2. We're going to single crochet, 2 double crochet, and a single crochet all into that ring. I'm still working around my little short tail. And then you can kind of hold the ring and pull those stitches backwards. And that is bubble number 2. So you've got little bubble, and we're going to make just sort of a little, almost like a soft sort of slightly actually that would be a pentagonal shape. So a little bit of a pentagon shape because there's 5 little rounded points to it. Single crochet, 2 double crochets, and a single crochet. So that's 3 made. Pull those back a bit. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to do that twice more. So single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet, single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet. And that's it for the little wreath. And depending on how quickly we get through this today, I may or may not have a little crafty poll for you guys. I'll say very little about that because I'm not sure how long we're going to go today, and I don't know how long the internet and the power is going to hold out in that wind. There are literally things pinging off my window. just fitting in that last single crochet right next to my stitch marker. There we go. Removing stitch marker, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet you made in that first little bump, and that is it. You can fasten off. You don't need much tail. This yarn in particular really doesn't want to come undone once you've woven it in. Make that a nice tight knot, and then grab the big-eyed needle and weave it in underneath some of those stitches across the back. Another nice thing about this fluffy yarn is that it really, like individual tails or stitches, or if you're weaving in something, it all just really disappears into each other. So you don't necessarily see the individual stitches, which can be problematic when you're working if you need to look at your stitches. But afterwards it's nice because it just kind of forms one great big cohesive fluffy image. I believe candy canes are to represent a shepherd's crook, Miss Jersey. I could be wrong, but that's that's what I understand. The candy cane is like the candy, it's just the version of the shepherd's crook. It's called a crook, right? A shepherd carries the staff with the hook on the end. It's called a crook. Have I got that correct? Old British word, I think. I'm sure somebody out there knows. All right, there's our little fluffy wreath shape. This is the body of our little sheep. And I went ahead and made his little head out of gray because that's the color I'm going to be using, but I'm going to demonstrate with brown so you can sort of see what I'm doing. So you want your medium weight yarn now and your smaller hook. And we are going to start with a cinch circle. So we make a little crossed loop, hook goes through, grabs yarn, and we chain one. And that secures the circle. This is because we don't want a hole in the face of our little sheep, so we do want to start with that cinch circle to make things nice and tight. Into that circle, we're going to single crochet 6. So that's 6 single crochet all worked into the cinch circle. Cinch it up nice and tight. I will work over top of my short tail. We're not joining our yarn with a slip stitch or anything. We're going to work directly into what was stitch number 1 of row 1. So get our hook into stitch number 1. I'm going to work over top of the short tail. And here we go. We are now forming the shape of the face. So into this next stitch, we're going to single crochet twice. So 2 single crochet into the first stitch. We're going to single crochet once into each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch, we're going to double crochet 4 times. That leaves us with 2 stitches left on what was row 1, and we're going to single crochet once into each of them. Okay, so just to recap, row 1 was 6 single crochet. You cinch that circle up nice and tight. We don't join with a slip stitch. We continue directly into working into what was stitch 1 of row 1. We work 2 single crochet into it, and then single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So just a single crochet and a single crochet into the 4th stitch, 4 double crochet. and then into the last 2 stitches, 1 single crochet each. So it's 2, 1, 1, 4 in double crochet, back to single crochet again, 1, 1. So a very strange little pattern, but it's to shape his face. Now we are going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and we're going to make ears. So we're going to chain 4. Skip the first chain from the hook and slip stitch into chains number 2, number 3, and number 4. Slip stitch back into the same stitch that you just left, and that's ear number 1. Slip stitch into the next stitch and the next stitch. So you're slip stitching into the next 2 stitches across the head of the sheep, and now we're going to make ear number 2. Chain 4, skip that first chain and slip stitch into chain number 2, number 3, and the last chain. Then you slip stitch back into the same stitch that you left from, and that is it. Leave yourself a tail for sewing. You don't need too much, maybe 15 centimeters, 6 inches, and fasten off. And if you've got any little tails left, like I do here, just weave it in. Go. That's enough. All right, so there's our little head. We've got kind of a little chin, we've got 2 little flapping ears, and you've got a long tail left. So make sure that tail is a nice tight little knot. Then you're going to thread it up in your yarn needle, and you're going to weave it. So you're working on the back of the head. You're going to weave it just underneath a couple of stitches and get it somewhere close to the middle center of the back of the head. So you're just pulling it in underneath a stitch or 2 to about the middle back, somewhere in there. Okay, we want to attach it. This actually might be kind of cute. Maybe I'll just use the brown one. Brown one or gray one, guys. Like, I'm not going to make 500 more of these, but you know what? Brown or gray. These little ears are so cute. I like the black and the dark colors because you don't have to add eyes or a face. It's just kind of insinuated. Gray, brown, 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 gray, brown, brown, gray, brown, 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 brown. Looks like browns have won it. Okay, brown it is. So you thread that tail up in your yarn needle, and you want to look at your little body in that little sort of like that little pentagon sort of shape where you've got like 1 bump at the top, 2 out to the side, and 2 out to the bottom, just like a human body. Head, arm, arm, leg, leg. So up here at the head, and you can, you know, use whichever point you like for the head. You're going to place your head on that bump so that you're kind of sewing into the middle of that bump. So the chin kind of hangs down into the open part of the wreath, but the top of the body can be seen over top of the head. So the head's sort of sitting kind of in the middle of the body. And then you're going to just run your needle underneath a couple of the loops on those big double crochet stitches. Looks like I went the opposite direction. Hang on one second. I went in the wrong direction. I'm going to go this way. Only because my yarn is kind of on this side of my head, so I need to go in the other direction. Doesn't matter which side you're on, but helps to stitch in the right direction. Also, This is a craft, so if you want to bust out the glue gun, you can completely skip the sewing step. You can just glue gun this little head right into position. And then I'm just coming right through the head of the sheep and going back out through another stitch, just about 1 stitch over. And then I'm just going to sew through those same 2 little loops. So you can see I'm going through the loops. And I'm not coming all the way through to the back, so it doesn't show to the back. I'm just using those loops there. And I'm just going to sew it down 2 or 3 times, making sure the head doesn't want to go anywhere. And I'm sewing through the same couple of places 2 or 3 times. So I'm not sewing around the head. I'm not doing anything fancy like that. I kind of want the head to float somewhat on the body. This is why I say you can use the glue gun if you want. It's a craft. Through to the front, once more to the back, and then I'm going to knot the tail. So there we go. So his little head can pivot a little bit, but it's on there. It's not going to come off. There's no stitching showing through the back. So all I want to do now is make a little knot. Just pull this through. There we go. And then I'm going to weave that tail in on the back of the head underneath some of those stitches, just a little bit. And then I'll trim whatever's left because I'm not, once again, I'm not too worried about the tail coming undone. There we go. So there's my little head all in position. And now he just needs his little legs and his hanger. So you take a length of your fluffy blanket or extra bulky weight yarn, your super bulky yarn, about like 12 inches, 30 centimeters, maybe a little less than that. It's better to have a little too much though, because you want to be able to knot up the bottoms and trim any excess. Take your yarn, fold it in half. Through the bottom middle stitch, so looking at the front of your sheep, through the bottom middle stitch, you're going to take that folded end of your yarn length, pull it through that bottom middle stitch, take these 2 ends and fold it through that loop and pull nice and tightly. And that firmly connects your little legs, but we don't want them hanging too close to each other. So you're going to take each of those individual strands and just pull it through the stitch right next door. So one to the right and one to the left. And that just separates the little legs a little bit, just so when we've got the beads on them, they'll kind of clank and clack together. And it just kind of makes it look a little bit more like a cartoon, so his little legs are kind of standing apart. Okay, so now we need to add some beads. So let me get my beads in here. I've got all kinds of neat beads. Since I went with a little brown head, oh my gosh, Nico! Thank you, Nico! Holy cow, Nico has just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you! Merry Christmas, Nico. Let's see who's won here. Graybeard, Sandy, Lydia, Regina, and Charlie. Congratulations, you guys. Welcome back to the family. A little sip of water. Oh my gosh. Nico. This is such a cute little project. I just happen to have a couple of brown beads. I think I'm going to use these just to pause and enjoy beads from the 90s. Like I think I mentioned on a couple of previous videos, I was crazy into making jewelry and beading when I was a teenager. So I still have quite a heavy collection of beads. So I was sort of rattling through those today, and I pulled these 2 out. They kind of are leaning towards a terracotta color, but are a little more on the brown side. I think they'll be perfect for this little guy. So if you can make sure you can get your needle through the center of the bead and pull each bead onto the yarn. If your yarn's kind of stiff, you might be able to just stick it through the bead hole, but I find being able to use a needle's good. Line them up, see if you can get them to be kind of even. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to tie knots in what's left of your yarn. So just a simple little knot, and then kind of run the knot up against the bottom of your bead. Try not to move your bead around too much. And then do it maybe once more in the same place. Kind of knot over top of that, just to make sure that it's big enough that your bead isn't going to come off. And make sure that doesn't move. And then do the same on the other side. These are the kinds of little kind of Christmassy crafts I absolutely love. They're quick, they involve crochet, but they also have some other things involved. Like I said, you can bust out the glue gun for this. You do not need to sew the head on if you don't want to. But if you're in a hurry and you don't want to wait for the glue gun to heat up, then just stitch it on. And then once your furry little feet are knotted in place, you can trim whatever's left down there. And all we need now is a hanger. I've got some purple cording. I've got a bag full of this remnants of cording. If I have a gift bag that, you know, has been kind of through the gift bag ringer, you know, it's been handed and re-gifted several times, before I recycle it, I pull out the ribbons or the cording, whatever the actual handles are made out of, and I put them in my craft stash, because enough of that stuff usually turn into good little useful ribbons or hangers, or you'll be amazed at what you can use that stuff for if you've got a little stash of it. So I'm just going to knot my two ends together. Make sure that is a nice tight knot. Pull on each individual string. There we go. And then I will put that through the top stitch. I'm going to take the folded part, pull that through the top stitch, and then take the knot, pull it through the loop, and pull tightly. And done. There you go. Adorbs. Okay. Mr. InStitches, how long did that take me?
You are at 28 minutes.
28 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I was taking it nice and
quick.
slow.
And you were taking it slow.
So there you go, guys. That is a lightning quick little crochet crafty ornament. It's cute, and if you have anybody in your life who loves yarny hobbies, this is an adorable little ornament or a present topper. I'm gonna
guess that if you weren't taking your time explaining, you'd probably make that in 15 minutes.
Yes, now that I know what I'm doing, I could probably whip one up in 5 minutes. But I have a better idea.
I love it.
This is a cute sheep. I would like the help of the chat to decide what kind of animal in the same little shape. So I've got some yarn. Ooh. We're going to go color direct. We're going to allow ourselves to be directed by color.
Same shape.
Okay, same shape. So it's the same little body shape. We're going to make another little wreath animal.
A llama.
I have white, as you can tell, but I also have...
Someone said they need eyes.
I don't want to put eyes on it.
No?
I think that's part of the funny. Now, if you wanted to go with that kind of grommet thing, yes, you could add a couple eyes. But if you're making a little black face, you're not really going to see it.
Yeah.
You could add a couple of little black eyes here. I might do that. I don't have any of the round blacks, but I do have some smaller black.
We're getting some good suggestions here. We got a cat, a dog, a pig.
So color. I told you we got to like color.
We're way ahead of you.
Yeah, color's got to determine what we're making here. So
okay,
I've got.
So these are the color options.
I have orange. So this is what's in my stash right now. This is big fluffy blanket yarn. I have orange. Okay. I've got some of this sort of Eastery colored stuff. I have a couple of pinky colors. I have some purple. So I've got purple, pink, this sort of Eastery thing, orange, and I have some dark green that's a little thinner, but it's nice and fluffy, and I've got hot pink. Let me just go pull those out. So while you guys let these colors kind of dictate what you think I should make next. So that's a solid. Now where's my green? There we go. And I've got soft, fluffy green. It's not as thick. It's more like a 5, but it'll work. It'll be a little bit smaller. I might just double it up. So there we go. I've got green. I've got a kind of a 2-color pink. I've got a purple. I've got kind of an Eastery thing. There's a bit of peach, pink, and white in here. And I've got orange. So they're kind of bizarre colors, but that's the point. So literally pulled from my stash. What are we thinking? All right, cat, orange cat, pink rabbit, chick.
We've had a ton of suggestions.
Elephant.
You have to pull back a little bit. Reindeer,
Horse,
goldfish,
lion,
bat, pig, lion, horse, chicken, tiger, elephant, bunny,
pig, cat. Okay.
donkey, a starfish, an alien, a frog,
A frog. That's kind of cute.
llama,
Frog, bunny, elephant, cat, lion, hippo, crocodile. All right, so we've got just go ahead and do the animal
just
work.
all of the animals.
I like the idea of a cat. I think that's kind of
Okay,
cute.
so is your plan to more or less use the same, like you want to use the same
So the body
shape?
will be the same.
Okay.
So the body
you're
concept
gonna
will be the same.
Change the head a little bit.
And the legs will be the same, but I'm going to try and make a head shape that...
So it should be an animal that kind of more or less fits that shape.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I could do a cat.
A pink flamingo. That would work with the legs.
That would work with the legs. I would need the
That
long
might
neck,
work.
though.
Would a pink flamingo work? Yeah, I think so. Might be hard to get the nose.
It's the
beak.
It's having a stiff. It's the stiff neck and
A
head.
giraffe.
But actually, I think that would work. A giraffe would be cute.
Yeah, I think anything with a long neck would work because you'd have a similar head, like with a llama or a giraffe or an alpaca. You'd have to extend the neck.
Yes, the neck, the head and neck would be off the top.
Yeah. Don't know how that would look, but
Well, it might be worth the experiment. Flamingos are so funny. They're such fun.
all right. Well, why don't you select a few from the list and we'll do a poll.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna say, let's see. In terms of colors, let's go with. We'll go with pink flamingo because we've got pink. We'll go with a cat because a cat could really be like, purple, pink, whatever. Bunny, a bunny. Yeah, I could do a bunny. Let's do a bunny, and we could use the pink for the bunny.
So we're gonna say pink flamingo.
Pink flamingo. I guess pink bunny. Those are two things.
I'm gonna guess of the spelling of flamingo. Flamingo. A pink bunny?
A pink bunny. Somebody's mentioning something about a bunny from a movie.
And then you said a purple cat?
Yeah,
Or
like a
just a
purple cat. And maybe the green frog. I might try the frog. That frog might be cute.
Purple cat. We're going into full fantasy mode here.
Yeah, literally haven't thought
And then
past
what color? A green frog, obviously.
green frog. I grabbed my extra thick fluffy stuff here today,
so
guys.
We're going total on the fly.
Yeah,
here.
I haven't
the Energizer bunny. Yeah,
haven't
that's a
thought
pink
about
one.
this at all. I haven't thought much past making the little sheep. So this is just since it's such a quick craft, I thought in the next half hour, I'd try my hand at making something
Okay,
else.
so I've got here for the next animal ornament, on the fly, pink flamingo,
Yep.
pink bunny,
Yep.
purple cat, green frog.
Green frog. Okay.
Sound good?
Yep, that is the poll. So
All right,
we'll leave that
poll's
up for a
coming
minute.
in, everyone. I hope it works for everybody.
We'll leave that up for a minute, and we'll see what wins, and then we'll take it from there. I've got a bit of a mess here, I just realized, so I'm going to roll up some yarn. I think I've got enough. Huh. I have more purple. There we go. All right, so I've got lots of purple. Everybody can vote. If you can't see the poll, then just like we do before, just leave your little comment in the chat. And we'll see where that takes us. So I'm going to keep the purple and the pink and the green. Purple, pink, and green. Yeah, I'll keep these three out. Okay, so we don't need the white anymore. Done with the white. I'll make some room here. All right.
Crystal says the pink bunny is from A Christmas Story movie.
A Christmas Story movie.
We'll have to check that out.
I don't remember that.
We may have seen that like a long time ago. Is that the one with the little blonde kid with the little glasses?
That's the You'll Shoot Your Eye Out movie, right?
A Christmas Story.
Yeah. I don't remember the pink bunny, though. Have I got the wrong story? I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up.
Caroline, member for 41 months. Thank you, Caroline. Caroline says, loving these. Sheep would make good keychains. Oh, yes. Good grief. That would make a good keychain. Good idea, Caroline. So if the poll isn't working for you, I see a couple people mentioning the poll doesn't work. It's it could just be the just the speed of the internet or whatever. Just leave your comment and we'll take it into account if it's a close poll. He wears a costume. I don't remember this at all. I remember that's Ralphie, like, right? If I got the right movie, Ralphie, he wants a BB gun. You'll shoot your eye out. He has to wear like the little footed pajamas. It's a real coming of age story, right?
Ralphie's aunt sends him a giant pink bunny suit and his mom makes him put it on. You know what? This is starting This is starting to sound familiar.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
That's so cute. I don't remember the pink bunny part, though.
From? Is that from like the 90s?
No, it's old. It's
the
like
80s, maybe? From the 80s?
Early 80s, late 70s, maybe. I think that the idea is that it's set in the 60s, I think.
We have a member milestone from Crochet Crazy.
Crochet Crazy, thank you very much. Membership milestone. Crochet Crazy's been a member for 6 months. She says, Merry Christmas, Jayda and Mr. InStitches. I hope you have a wonderful break. Thank you. I hope all of you have a super wonderful holiday, too. You can finish up some works in progress, maybe get a little bit of other crafting done, and just sort of take a break, rest, reflect over what an amazing 2023 it has been, craftily speaking, of course, and looking forward to 2024.
Ooh, all the lunging lurkers have come out for this poll. This poll is serious. We have 129 votes already. Should we give it another couple minutes?
Sure.
The purple cat and the green frog are pretty close to each other.
Purple cat and green frog are close to each other.
Yeah.
So we've got I just love the complete randomness of these.
calling on all lurkers, viewers, subscribers, members, everybody. Get to that poll.
It was made in 1983. No kidding, Joanna. Yeah, the leg lamp. I remember the leg lamp, Barbara. It's he came in a box that was marked fragile, and he said fragile. Ooh, Italian. It must be like fancy or something. I remember like little snippets of it, but isn't that hilarious? I don't remember the pink bunny suit.
While you're clicking on the poll, click on the like button too. Do it at the same time. Use 2 fingers.
Thanks, everybody. I am going to go get myself some eggnog, and then we'll pull the poll and we'll start into this, whatever it turns out to be. Oh, but before I do that, Beth!
I can get you the eggnog.
Okay, thanks, sweetie. Beth says, member for 1 month. Thank you, Beth. Beth says, loving today. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, I am so glad to hear that. Thank you. And Barbara, member for 8 months with a membership milestone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. I second that. Thank you, Barbara. And a super fantastic holiday. Whatever you're celebrating, there's a lot. There's a lot at this time of year. It is just merry all around. I hope everybody just has a fantastic break, regardless of what you're doing or where you're going or who you're seeing, because it is definitely a good time of year to take a rest. It is so dark, so early. We may as well just spend it being cozy and sipping stuff.
So while everyone's voting away there and clicking the like button, I thought we'd show them. Everyone wanted to see the fancy glass last time.
This is my fancy glass. I can't tip it sideways when it's full of yummies. But yeah, these are. I love these. These are so pretty.
So do you want the full spectrum?
I would like the full spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's gonna cost you.
Oh my goodness, we've got some more membership milestones coming in here. I do remember the flagpole, Penelope. Yes, he gets his tongue stuck to it. Destiny, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Destiny has gifted a membership. Connie has won it. Congratulations, Connie. Welcome back to the family. And Lynette. Hi, Lynette. Lynette's been a member for 27 months. She says, Merry Christmas. I love all you do in the InStitches family. Well, we love our InStitches family.
You want it here or there?
Oh, you can just do it there.
Okay.
Because it'll spray. And
I'm sure everyone would like to see what's going on here, so.
Or at least hear it.
This is step 1.
This is step 1.
Because last time it all got covered up.
So just that's enough. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Woohoo.
So show everyone.
All right. All right. So here we go. Step 1. We've poured the eggnog. We've got nice legs. Nice legs on that eggnog. It's all frothy.
It's very important that you shake it.
Yes.
Because it gets all fluffy. Looking good.
The pajamas were the bunny. I remember the little footed pajamas. I just don't remember it being a bunny. You're right. I'm gonna have to watch this again, guys.
Okay. Here we go.
I mean, any excuse to watch a Christmas movie. Oh, very nice.
I don't have the cherry.
Oh, look at how pretty that is.
Isn't that nice?
All right, and there is the fancy schmancy whipped cream top. Thank you, mister. That is perfect.
I think I might make myself one of those.
Cheers, everybody. Oh, my gosh. That's delicious and sugary. Holy cow.
I'm sure there's a dairy-free eggnog. There's got to be a dairy-free eggnog because there's all
For sure.
There's the oat milks and the almond milks and the
It's the
rice milks
I don't know how you'd make an eggnog that's not got. Well, I mean, I know you can substitute.
You can substitute milk and cream. But you need egg and sugar.
Yeah, you'd need a heavy silk cream kind of substitute. So something with probably a lot of carrageenan in it, just to give it sort of a thickening agent. But I don't know what you'd replace the eggs with to give it that kind of eggy consistency. No, I know how to replace the milk. But not everybody wants to have the eggs either. So, and I mean, it's just one of the worst things. It's eggs, it's milk, it's cream and sugar. I mean,
it's all the worst.
This is not healthy for you.
It's also not going to last till Christmas.
No way. This is going to be gone long before then. They do have dairy-free eggnog in the stores. Yeah, Tammy, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Lucky Duck. The oat milk one isn't bad. I should try that. Yeah, a little cinnamon on top would have been nice too, Josephine. Oh, this is yummy. Yummy.
Okay. What did I miss in the chat here?
Nice. All right.
I got we got a gifted membership from Destiny. I guess you got all this.
I think I got that. Goodness me, Destiny.
Destiny gifted a membership.
Yes,
and
I got
the winner
that.
is Connie, and then we had a membership milestone from Lynette.
I got that too.
Excellent.
All right.
Big thank you to everyone. Okay, should I end the poll then?
Yes, please.
I'm just quickly going back. We also had a milestone from Beth and Barbara.
Beth and Barbara. I think I got them.
Did you get those too? You probably did.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I just reading Julie. Julie says eggnog is French for 11,000 calories, and I think that's
Pretty
correct.
It's like 50% sugar.
It is so true.
Okay, here comes the poll.
Randy, you can send a photo to us at our Etsy shop. You just click on the Etsy link and then click on message seller. And if you've got, I'm guessing it's a Christmas story ornament. I'd like to see that. Next animal ornament. Green frog wins with 31%, narrowly beating out purple cat at 30%, pink flamingo at 20%, pink bunny at 16%. 172 votes. Very nice. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to attempt to make a green frog. So, that's fun. I've been looking forward to using this. Okay, so this is a little bit thinner. This is a chenille yarn. It's probably half the weight of the blanket yarn I just used. So I'm going to double it up. And since I'm not crocheting for very long, I'm just going to use both ends at the same time, which will result in a bit of a tumbling ball of yarn, but not for very long. I'm going to end up with some yarn barf here. I can just feel it. Oh, the whole thing's coming out. Why? Why? Oh, well. Can't be helped. Come here, you. I will just rewind it later. Maybe it's the other side. Oh, man. I'm making a mess of this. Come here, you. There we go. There is an end in here somewhere. Let's find it. Christmas calories don't count. I have to say that I try to eat very healthily most of the year just because of my my dietary requirements anyway. So I do cheat a little bit at Christmas, but that's kind of part of the whole sort of holiday for me, is that I kind of allow myself, knowing that I might give myself a little bit of trouble here and there. Wait, I found another. Is this another end? How do I have 3 ends? Nope, not an end. Okay. So I agree. I don't worry too much about the calories this time of year because I don't do this very often. So it's fine for me, I suppose. All right, let's start. Before we worry about the little head, let's start with the body. So I'm going to make the body again. I'm going to hold 2 strands of this together because it's not as thick as the original one. And I want it to be kind of fluffy. So here we go. I'm going to chain 10 using both of these strands held together. So there's 10. Join with a slip stitch in that first chain to make a ring. And I'm going to work over top of that short ring, or the little short tail I should say, working around the ring. I'm not working through the stitches. Single crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and single crochet. So that's motif number 1. I'm just going to mark the first little single crochet I made so that I can find it when I come back, because I'm going to join the row right there with a slip stitch. So that's little bump number 1. I've got 4 more to go. Single crochet, 2 double crochet, and single crochet. And I'm just going to pull back on those stitches to give myself a little extra room. That's bump number 2. Let's go single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet, We'll do that 3 more times in total. And I am making sure that I work over top of my tails and that I keep both of those strands going like they are a single strand. All right, and a single crochet. And now I need 2 more. 1 single, 2 doubles, 1 single. Okay, that's 4 bumps, 1 more. Single crochet, 2 double crochet, single crochet. There we go, and I'm just sneaking that last single crochet in right there. Okay. I'm going to join with a slip stitch to that first single crochet I made, fasten off, and weave in those tails. So that's my little wreath made. So this is my wreath making for a little frog. We're making a frog. I think that's cute. I like frogs. Frogs are adorable. All right, so there we go. I think I might put the legs on first while I contemplate the head. I think I'm going to just do eyeballs. The head would be green because the color of a frog is mostly a single color. So I'm thinking because the eyeballs are the single biggest sort of, other than the big bouncing legs, the eyeballs are kind of what stand out on a frog. I think I might just make 2 little eyes and a smiling face. Does that make sense? Maybe I will make a little head. No, 2 eyes, a smiling face. While I'm thinking about that, let's put his little legs on. And I will do the same thing. I will cut 2 lengths of this crazy yarn. Now I gotta find my end all over again. Gonna wind this up. And I will rewind this properly later. There we go. All right, so, oops. I want maybe 2 lengths of 12 inches. Because I'm still going to treat this 2 lengths together held like it's 1. Regina! Hi Regina! Regina with a membership milestone. Regina's been a member for 5 months. Thank you, Regina. Oh look, it wants to twist on me. That's interesting. Regina says, I'm making Granny Star ornaments for family in memory of my dad who passed in July. My condolences, Regina. Thank you for the lives. Merry Christmas to both of you. Merry Christmas to you and yours, Regina. I hope it is a Merry Christmas regardless, and it's nice to honor people who are no longer with us. That's a sweet idea. This really wanted to twist. I didn't really do this on purpose, but that works out anyway. I'm going to put it through the middle bottom. I'm going to grab the middle and poke both those middles through. And I'm going to make sure these are both equal, more or less.
Nico, the gifting ninja Santa Claus, is back.
Oh my gosh, Nico, thank you very much. Nico has just gifted another membership. Sylvia has won it. Welcome back to the family, Sylvia. Congratulations. I'm going to put these two over here. So legs to one side and then the other. All right, there's my two legs. And now it just needs some green feet. So let's see here. I've got some small green hearts. Those might be good. I kind of like those. I've got big green wooden beads. They're about the exact same color, so that's not a bad idea. I've got darker green kind of oval beads. Those are cute too. And I've got, these are kind of small. I've got some pony beads, some clear green ones and some opaque green ones, but they're kind of small. I guess I could use this. I could use two of these and two big ones. Yeah. The little hearts would be cute. They would look like his little feet dangling, wouldn't they? Sandy says upside down. That might be kind of cute. So maybe those and then like the smaller ones on top of them. Yeah. Yeah. I think I like that. All right. That's the beads decided on. I'll put these back over here. All right, I'm going to do the heart. I like that idea, Sandy. The heart's upside down. So I'm going to go with the darker green round bead and then the heart. So I think I can, these will both fit. Heart is upside down. They're small, but they're cute. I like that.
I'm thinking for the head, maybe an oval, and then the two bumps on the, like the eyeballs that look like bumps on the head. I'm thinking that, you know, frogs have big eyes and a big open mouth, like a big mouth. Big,
so I'm thinking I want to create, yeah, like you say, like an oval.
Like an oval shape, and then think of like the like two archways over top of the head, and then the eyeball in there. That's kind of cartoony frog, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you just add the eyes to the body, I don't think it would work.
No, I'm thinking the same thing. I think somehow I have to show that it has a mouth. So I'm just gonna not.
We need some design ideas, everyone. Put your ideas in the chat.
I'm gonna find some green size 4 medium weight yarn that I can build his head out of.
Maybe a slightly different green, like a lighter green, so it stands out.
Oh, thank you, Randy. Randy just managed to get the photo to me. That's great. I'll look at that in a little bit.
Okay, there's Barbara just put a little frog emoji. Yeah, so there's the oval, the wide mouth, the oval, and then the two bumps for the eyes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Just tying, making sure that knot is nice and big so my little buttons or my beads don't want to come off. Now this yarn really wants to fluff. Okay, so that's one little leg done, and let's get the other one. This, yeah. Okay. Tying these knots is taking longer than the crochet. Okay. I want to make sure they're both roughly the same length. So let's do this again. And it's thin yarn, so I'm gonna knot maybe 3 times. Each time I'm trying to get over top of the original knot. There we go. All right, there's his little flippery feet. I'm going to trim what's left here. Okay, so we have a body. We've got 2 little flippery feet. And now I've got to grab some green yarn. I'm going to make a little regular sized face, so kind of like what I did here. So I'm going to get my... He's already cute.
He's a very cute, stubby little frog. I was picturing longer legs, but that looks cute too.
That's kind of how they wound
up. He has the right toes. That works, yeah. He's a dapper frog.
He's a dapper frog.
Yeah, he's dapper.
Right. Let me grab some yarn. Hang on.
He's going to need a top hat now.
So I've got some green here. And I'm definitely going to want some white to make his eyes. And I might need beads. This might turn into something a little bit more. All right. Okay. So first, let's make a head.
The darker will work for sure.
Yeah. Let's make a head. So I want to make kind of an oval shape.
Everyone's putting the little frog face emoji in the chat for you. Can you see it?
Yes. Thank you. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to start the same way as I did with the sheep. I'm going to start with a cinch circle, 6 single crochet into that circle, and then I'm going to make kind of an oval shape. So there's 6 single crochet. Let's cinch that up nice and tightly. I'm going to not join. I'm going to work directly into what was stitch number 1, and let me think now. I want to do an oval. So I've got 6 stitches to work with. If I do on either side, okay. Let's go 2 single crochet, a single crochet, and do some double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 4 double crochets. Okay, I think this is going to work. All right, so let me just get this done and I'll explain what I did here. I'm shaping. Okay, 4, yes. All right, and then slip stitch to join. So cinch circle, 6 single crochet into the circle, cinch it up nice and tight. You have 6 stitches to deal with, and they go as follows. No joining with a slip stitch at the end of row 1. Directly into stitch 1 of row 1, you work the first stitches of row 2, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 4 double crochet in that pattern. So 2 single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, 4 double crochet into the next stitch, and then you start again. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, 4 double crochet into the last stitch. Then you can slip stitch to join, and that gives you kind of an oval. So that'll do. I'm going to leave myself a long tail so I can stitch it on. But I'm going to decorate it before I start doing any of that. So I'm just going to pull this down to the middle back where I can sew it onto the body a little later. Okay, so there's my little oval. I'm going to put a mouth, a big long mouth here, and then 2 big eyes. I think I'm going to crochet the eyes, and I'm going to stitch 2 tiny little beady black pupils into the eyes to make the eyes look extra big. Let's see how I do. So I'm going to need a little scrap of
you
red
could also
or
do
pink
white
yarn.
pupils, white beads.
What?
You could also do white beads.
White beads? Yeah. If I have some big white beads.
Do you think the head is big enough?
What have I got here? That's a little scrap. Well, the head should be...
Should it be a little bit bigger?
No, because the eyes are going to be up on top of it, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like going to be its mouth. You see where I'm going with this?
Oh yeah, I see where you're going. Do you have space to put the big eyes though?
I think so. Like I'm not gonna stitch this down just yet, but let's eyeball this. So yarn in one side.
The mouth has to go from ear to ear.
Yeah, the mouth has to be crazy long, the whole length of the head.
Full extension on the lips.
So like
there.
it'll be something like this.
Yeah. That looks good.
Actually, this needs to go down over here. There we go. And I'll probably, once I decide where I like that, I'll tack it into place before I knot things. So, our green oval, I'm going to get a little bit of a mouth going, and now I need two big eyes. So, let's see. Single crochet, or do I have, I don't think I've got big white beads. Like I've got these, but they're not big enough.
Actually, those look really good.
It looks like it looks like
the Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster, yeah.
I think the eyes have to be above the head.
Yeah, the eyes have to sit up here, which is why I think they need to be sewn on.
Yes, that's it. And maybe a backdrop, like a...
No, they just need to be big and white. Like I think they need to be like. Let me just try something.
You see how you made the ears on the sheep?
Yes.
Like, what if you did the same thing on his head and then added the beads to that? Well, of course, they wouldn't stick out that much. They'd go more straight up.
So you're thinking instead of like big white eyes with black pupils, you're thinking mostly green with black pupils?
I'm thinking you add the ears that you did on the sheep to the frog, you put them closer together, and they act as the back of the eyeball.
Yeah, okay, I understand. The way I'm seeing it, you wouldn't see the back of the eyeball.
Okay.
Either. Yeah, so let me try my way and then I'll try your way. Guys, welcome to the InStitches process. This is how we design stuff in this house.
Behind the scenes, real-time designing here.
Okay, I'm going to make
of
a
course,
couple
Jayda always listens to my input.
Always.
100%.
I'm going to start with a little cinch circle. I'm going to do 4 single crochet, so super, super small circle. This is a size 4 medium weight yarn. It's the same size roughly as the green yarn I used. 4 single crochet, super tight cinch, slip stitch to join into that first single crochet.
I'm loving this frog face right now.
Yeah, it's cute. Now, trim that.
Okay, everyone, guess what the frog is thinking right now? I hope she doesn't screw up stitching me together.
So this is...
Let's get some ideas on the thoughts on that little guy. Where am I, maybe? How did I get here?
A couple of little black beads for pupils. This is what I'm thinking. Sewing needle and thread.
What's that thing? I see, therefore I am, or whatever. What's that saying?
I think, therefore I am.
I feel, therefore I am. What's that saying?
I think, therefore I am.
I think, therefore I am. That's what the frog's thinking right now.
I think, therefore I ribbit.
He's like, how did I end up in this craft room? Where am I? Who is this giant in front of me? Regina says, I have no body behind my eyes. Oh my god. I need a fly in my eggnog. That's a good one. I like that. The frog is winking. You are my new best friend.
Aw, I like that
Aw.
one.
Are you my mother? Says Jen.
Yes, I
Yes.
am. So this is what I'm thinking for the eye.
Ooh. Oh yeah. That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks less like he looks more like a cartoon frog because he was looking a bit like the Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think that looks really good too.
And then I'm going to just sort of attach it kind of just halfway
We'll
along the top.
We'll see what everyone thinks in the chat.
So
here.
there's one eye when there's the other. I'm going to grab some more water. I'll be right back.
To be honest, both versions look really good. He's looking a little bit confused now. He's only got one working eye right now. He can't see straight.
So my attempt, so this is, I like the little eye that I made here. So I'm going to make another one. And just so you can sort of see what I'm doing, I know Mr. had us all kind of close up here a minute ago. I'm going to show you what I did. Got a little knot in my yarn. Let me just undo that. There we go. Okay. So, size 4 medium weight yarn, white, cinch circle, 4 single crochet into the cinch circle, cinch it up nice and tight, slip stitch to join into the first single crochet, fasten off. You're going to leave a little tail for sewing, but you really don't need much. I might use both my tails to attach it actually, but we'll see when we get there. All right, I have a needle and thread, so I'm going to knot my two ends together for my needle. Anchor yarn, or thread I should say, on the back of the eye piece. And I've got an itty bitty little black bead here. Again, nice package of black beads I found at, pretty sure I found these ones at Walmart. Walmart really, it's hit and miss. I know all Walmarts don't carry the same things, but check the crafting section, check the kids crafting section if you're ever looking for craft stuff. Anna! Hi Anna Victoria. Anna's been a member for 25 months. Thank you, Anna. Anna says, thank you, Jayda and Mr. InStitches, for every video. They are so special. Also, thanks to the generosity and the gifted memberships. That is a big thank you to our amazing community. We have some really sweet gifting ninjas in the community, in the family membership. Thank you guys so much. And thank you all for being here. Just thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad that you are subscribed. I am delighted if you are a member. I am so happy that you are spending time with us, especially at this very, very busy time of year. We really appreciate it. And I've been having a lot of fun this week, making some little tiny things for us all. Some nice last minute gifts, some nice just little things for ourselves. Like these are just for us. This is how I picture this. There we go. Put my needle back in my needle case. And that's my little eye. So it's just a little 4 single crochet into a cinch circle with a little black bead in the middle. I think I like those. They look more suitable to me. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just attach them to the top of the face.
Maybe a little farther apart.
Yeah, let me get the smile. Let me get the smile in. So,
Rita would like to know if this pattern is going to be in your shop today.
Aww. We are working on, we made a free pattern for our little sheep. I will include the froggy as a bonus free pattern, and we'll have it over on the website as soon as we get our website back up and running. We're still working on that, everybody. But once it's up and running, we will be posting to everyone, subscribers, family members alike, about the page being up. And I'll have both of these up there for you guys. And that'll be a big thank you, Merry Christmas, free pattern for everybody. You guys are all such wonderful parts of our channel and our community. And it's a nice little, it's the least we can do. So thank you so much. So yes, I will include this little pattern, especially if he works out, as one of the freebies. And I'm just doing that little thing where I kind of pin down that little sort of length of yarn in the middle with a little, I bring my yarn out, hop over top of the long stretch of red, go back down through the same place, and that just kind of pins it in place. It's like a stay stitch. Then on the back, I'm going to knot my 2 ends together, and I'm not going to do that very tightly. But I am going to I'm going to make the knot as tight as I can without pulling the stitching out of alignment. So I'm going to keep making sure that I haven't...
Catherine says, one of our channel members, Jayda, you are definitely the best crochet YouTuber. I have to agree.
Aw, you're a little biased though. Thank you so much. It's quite a group we've got here on YouTube, so I'm glad you guys are here. I like being on YouTube. I like being on this platform. I know there are other platforms out there, but I really enjoy this one, and I feel like YouTube tries really hard to kind of keep making fun little things for us all to take part in, like adding things like polls that we can do in the chat and the community tab. I really enjoy that. We post a lot of stuff there for people. I'm just going to trim this.
We have a gifted membership from Becky.
Becky!
Big Merry Christmas to Crochet with Diane.
Becky, thank you so much for gifting a membership, and congratulations, Diane. Another thing you can do after you've done a little bit of...
Thank you so much for the support, everyone. We really appreciate it.
Yes, it is the reason we're still here. It is not easy. It really helps to know you guys enjoy it, because it helps keep us going. All right, I'm just making sure that my smile hasn't changed a whole lot in its position. I think that still looks pretty good. And that's my sewing yarn. Okay, so an embroidered mouth, pretty wide. I think that'll do. Don't want that to be pulled out of alignment. Okay, so that's the mouth. Now, I'm going to attach the eyes, Mr. said, a little further apart.
Yeah, I'm thinking further apart. I mean, it looks cute both ways, but further apart looks more like a cartoon frog.
This way he looks like that.
I'm going to zoom in and we'll ask everyone in the chat and see what they think.
He looks like that Sanrio character, like help me out, weebs. What's that Sanrio character in the Hello Kitty family with the little frog with the close together eyes? His name's Kerchip.
He needs a name. How about Javier?
Javier the frog.
Javier the frog.
Or further apart.
We need some frog names, everyone.
Is it Karopi? Is that it, Anna?
Karopi, says
I think
Anna.
that's it, yeah. Karupi?
Kuropi.
Karopi? Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. It's that. See, doesn't that look like the little Sanrio character when I put his eyes close together?
I need to see this little guy. I don't remember him.
I'll show him to you later.
Groggy the Froggy. That works.
Groggy Froggy. Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so Joanna says they're cuter when they're closer together.
And they look a little more frog-like when they're further apart. But
yeah.
Honestly, I think they're cute both ways.
So, should we do a poll?
Can we do a poll?
What do you think, everyone? Should we do a poll?
Close together. So there's far apart, like on either side of his head. Sarah! Thank you, Sarah!
Gifted membership.
Sarah's just gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And Add-ons has won it. Congratulations.
Okay, we're doing a poll.
So close
I
together.
think it's about split 50-50.
Close together, far apart. Close together, far apart.
Honestly, they look good both ways.
Yeah, so if you're doing this, they
Do you have a preference?
I do not have a preference. I'm considering how I'm going to be attaching
like on
these.
each side of the head where the ears go? That's where I would put them. Nope, further down, further across, all the way over.
What, over here?
Yep, there you go.
You're silly.
No, that's where they belong.
No.
Like ears. Pretend they're ears.
Are you doing a poll?
McFrog face. Okay, we're doing a poll. Let's do a poll because I think it's pretty split. So let's see.
They will be kind of half on the top of, like they'll be kind of half on the top. So far apart, close together. I can't decide. I'm not sure. I feel like.
Okay, the poll is up.
Caroline wants to see what it'll look like on the body. Sure. Okay, so here's the body. I'm going to be putting the head in roughly the same place that I did the sheep, because that's kind of the idea. And they're really hard to just get them to stay in place.
He's got a really tiny head.
That's the idea. I want him to look like one of these guys. So you have kind of like a...
I think the head should have been bigger. I don't know. Do you want... I guess you want that the back part of the wreath pattern to,
yeah, that's the
to
idea.
show up? Yeah, okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm. There's a theme going here, sweetie.
Themes? It's like girl talk. Penelope says, put the head up higher, otherwise it looks too small. But then you lose the sort of theme. Jada's going with like a theme here.
Yeah, so I've got...
So the head is always kind of in that spot.
Yeah, if the head sits up too high, then he's...
Yeah, I think you're right.
The whole point is that he's a big fat frog, and so when you're looking at him...
Yep, I gotcha.
His head is like... kind of like dwarfed by his big body. It's the same with the sheep. The sheep's like a little head with a big body. I want the frog to be kind of the same thing.
Green.
Nog frog. Oh, I like that, Crocus.
If the poll's not working for you, you might need to update your device or the YouTube app you're using. So one of those two things or both of those things need to be updated.
While we're waiting on the poll, I'll try a bigger head just so you guys sort of see what I'm talking about. So that's head number 1.
So we need all the lunging lurkers to lunge. Let's get some lunges. Click that poll button. Use your elbow, your thumb,
I'll
your
do a
forehead,
slightly larger head.
Whatever you need. Click that button. We've got 250 people watching. Can we get 250 votes? I don't know. I'd be amazed if we got that. We are at 113 votes so far.
I'm going to make a slightly larger head, so I'm starting the same way. Cinch circles.
Oh,
6
you're
single
listening
crochet.
to your husband, eh?
Well, a couple people were suggesting they liked that idea.
Sure. So you listen to other people, but not your husband. Okay. No, I see how things work around here.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was going to get 1 point for the year.
Well, if...
I was like, ooh, I'm getting one in for 2023.
I am trying to go with a theme, but I do like the suggestion of the larger head, so I am making a larger head, and we'll see what it looks like. So I'm making basically the exact same repeat of the first head I made, but now I'm just going to add an extra row on.
Gifted membership from Nico!
Nico! Oh my gosh! Thank you, Nico! Nico has gifted a membership, the crafty ninja, gifting ninja herself, and Amy has won it. Congratulations, Amy. Welcome back to the family. So I'm just going to single crochet in each of those stitches around.
We've got a super chat from Becky.
Becky! Thank you, Becky! Becky says, Freddy the Christmas Frog. Freddy is a good name for a frog, I must agree. Thank you for the super chat, Becky. So I'm just kind of single crocheting around the head that I made. So it's the same roughly design. I'm just adding a row 3.
How about Francesco the frog?
Francesco the frog.
Francis the frog?
Francis? All right.
Felix the frog, says Krista.
That's a little bit bigger.
How about Nico the frog?
Nico the frog?
How about Nico the ninja frog?
Does this look like a ninja to you?
Put a little throwing star on his foot, and yes.
Just what are we making here anyway? All right, so there's a slightly bigger head. Basically, so if I put them side by side, head 1, head 2, I'll give head number 2 a big smile too.
Okay, so I'm gonna send the poll over. We have 125 votes. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Here it comes.
Okie dokie. Where should the eyes go? Far apart, 63%. Close together, 36%. Okay. So far apart they are going, and we will decide whether we like the smaller head or the bigger head that I've made here. This is all designing on the fly. We never know what's going to happen.
Naming the frog Mr. InStitches. The sheep is already Mr. InStitches.
I just realized how appropriate a frog is. That's another knitting or a crochet term. You frog your work when
yeah, that's right.
So that was a really good choice, everybody.
How about Frog It the frog?
Rip it?
Rip it the frog?
Rip the frog?
I think we should call him Frog It.
Frog it? As in Frogger?
Frog It.
Okay.
How about Francesco Frogget the frog?
The third.
The third. Frumpy the frog.
So we've got little head, we've got big head. So here's the eyes on the bigger head, far apart, since we're doing far apart. So there's...
a little further apart. Like down to where the ears are.
No! What is your obsession with the ears? I'm not making him into a monkey.
How about under the chin?
Far apart.
How
They
about
have to
under
sit
the
up on
chin?
top of his head. That's what a frog's eyes are on top of his head.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I think you are out to lunch
Obviously,
today.
they belong on the sheep's shoulder.
So I think the bigger, stop trolling me, I can't think. I think the bigger head might be the right choice here, gang. So points to Mr. InStitches and everybody else who suggested a bigger head.
I get a point for 2023?
Eyes wide
That was
apart.
a close one. There's only a few days
Yeah,
left.
it's your Christmas present. Merry
That's
Christmas.
my Christmas gift.
So there they are. Okay, I'm trying to get them to stay put. Sorry, guys. So I think bigger head. Yeah, the bigger head, bigger head, bigger head. Yeah, okay, bigger head it is. So there we go. Pattern revised.
Mr. InStitches wins.
I still want it to sit a little lower because I want that head to kind of, like, I don't want it to sit up high.
I think I like lower now that I see the two.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a theme going here, right? So you want the fat body of the frog to be kind of seen, but that's
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into a cartoony frog.
Okay, so here we go. I am going to
I like it.
attach the eyes on either side of the top of his head by just, again, if you don't want to sew, just glue these. This can easily be a gluable project here, gang. No need to sew, but I don't have the glue gun fired up, so I'm just going to pull both of my little tails through either side of a stitch close to the sort of the edge, because I want the eye to sit kind of, let's see here. Sometimes it's good to position things before you sew them down or glue them if you're doing that, just to make sure that they all sit where you want them to. Okay. So, at least now I've got them sort of situated. They need to sit up, don't they? They need to kind of like...
Definitely as high as you can get them.
Yeah.
2 points for Mr. InStitches. I am on fire this year.
All right, so I'm going to do my best to sort of attach the eyes so that they kind of sit up kind of high. You see what I'm doing here? I've got both my little tails pulled through a stitch at the top of the head, but now I'm going to like kind of twist the eye so that it sits up a little higher, and I'm just going to this might be better done with the glue gun. I don't even see why you'd bother fussing with the little ends, but I guess this is a little kind of crafty ornament.
How about miniature safety pins? Would that work?
Miniature safety pins?
Mm-hmm.
What, to attach the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
What, have you got some miniature
Do
safety
those
pins?
exist, like super miniature ones that are the size of a grain of rice?
Got these in the wrong place. I think I have to reposition this. No more eggnog for you. You are like
I think I overdosed on the eggnog. Yeah.
All right, so that's better positioning. So I'm really just fiddling here, gang. Like I said, I think glue is the better option here. So don't feel you have to sew these on.
It's working.
Yeah, well, I'm really fiddling here, but
you're doing some finessing, are you?
I'm finessing there.
Oh, look how they look perfect.
So there we go. I just have to sort of knot the two ends so that the eyes stay in place.
I like it.
So there's my face.
He's adorable.
Okay.
Is it a he?
I think it's a he.
I think it's a he.
He kind of feels like a he.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to knot these ends together so that I know they're going to just stay put. And then I'll trim whatever's left. Okay. So. Trimming my ends.
I guess I'll have to come inspect your work again.
So here's his little face, and now I'm going to stick him right there, just so I have a little bit of the head sort of showing up.
Yep, everything looks good here.
Mm-hmm.
I would have put the eyes further apart, but that's just me. I gotta go.
Oh man, that's good.
I think I want that frog.
I think you're gonna have this.
I like the frog more than the sheep.
Well, that suits.
I mean, the sheep is adorable, but the frog just has so much personality with the eyeballs.
So I'm just kind of carefully sewing. Because the head's really wide, I'm kind of gonna sew through the top of the head, not one long stitch so it doesn't show, but I'm doing that thing where I go underneath several of the loops at the back.
We have to decide if it's Francesco the frog or Francesca the frog.
I think this is a boy.
I'm leaning towards Francesco. Francesco the frogget frog. He crochets pretty heavily.
And once again, I would recommend you can glue the head on. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. You can just glue the head on as opposed to sewing it. And then I'm going to knot my tail and weave in the ends. Why are you so stuck on the name Francesco?
I don't know. We're all just playing around throwing out names here in the chat.
I kind of liked well, I like Fred.
There's been a lot of names thrown out here.
I like Rip because I think that's appropriate. So weaving in tail.
Rip would be his nickname. Rip.
Rip, yeah. Okay, so.
Frank the frog.
Here's his little head. And
it looks great.
So that's I mean now he just needs a little hanger, so let me grab some ribbon.
He looks like he's doing a little curtsy right now. He's a gentle little frog. He's curtsying.
I need some green, so let's see what I've got here. Green or white? Do I have
What's he thinking now, everyone? He's put together now, so I think he feels a little better. He's probably hungry.
He looks like he's smiling.
I'm really hungry all of a sudden. He looks like he's going for a little stroll, or he's doing a curtsy. Like,
That's kind of cute. Oh, that's some purple.
Rip Van Frogget. Ooh, that's a good one.
Rip Van Frogget? Oh,
that's a hard one to say, though. Rip Van Frogget.
I've got some purple. I'll use that.
Frenchie McFarlane. He's a surfer. He needs a surfboard.
A surfing
He's saying,
frog.
ta-da! I feel whole again.
This is a
Yeah, he does look like he's roller skating.
a roller skating frog.
Skates.
Yes. All right, I'm putting his little hanger on. There we go. And one little frog. Oh my gosh.
One adorable little Jayda and Stitches frog.
So here we go. This is what we intended to do today, and that's what we did. And on the fly, we made a froggy version too, which I mean, I'm kind of loving it. Wow. Okay. Thank you guys. I think just to wrap it up, we have a free pattern coming for our little sheep. I will also write one up for this little guy. And having made this today along with you all, I recommend glue. Just glue his pieces together. Forget the sewing. It's just, I mean, you can do it if you're in a rush, but you can glue the little pieces in place, and I think it'll even make it last a little longer, especially since this is kind of a craft project as opposed to like, you know, a proper crochet project. There's crochet involved, but this is what I consider crafting. So bust out the glue gun, you know, forget the sewing. Don't give yourself the headache, and that way you can really put the pieces in where you want. Googly eyes might be hilarious up here instead of little crocheted ones. So if you've got googly eyes, maybe give that a try. You could always add eyes to your sheep too if you want to, but I kind of like just the silhouette. But anyway, we'll have both of these as free patterns available on our website, and we will post on the community tab to everybody as soon as our website is back up and running, and we'll let you know that you can pop over and pick that up. We're working on it. Like I said, we enlisted some extra help, so we're going to try and get our website back up and running as fast as possible. But you'll all be the first to know as soon as it is. So don't fret. We'll let you know as soon as it's up and running. This was so much fun.
I'm loving the frog.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today.
He looks like he's like in a really tight airplane seat, and the two sheep are sitting right next to him.
Yeah, you're right. He does look like that.
He looks like he's trying to take up as little space as possible. And the sheep have all that wool, and they're just squishing him in the cheap seating. What's that called?
The economy?
Economy,
yeah.
Or...
Not cheap, but still considered economy?
The expensive bad seating.
Hey, Victor! Victor with a membership milestone. Thank you, Victor. Victor's been a member for 1 month. Victor says, I forgot this existed, but Merry Christmas. You saved me from not having Christmas ornaments this week. Thank you, and Merry Christmas season, you all. Hey, that's fantastic. We're glad we could help. This was fun. I think this might be one of my favorite little craft surprises of the year so far, just because it's silly. And I love that we made this one together. So this was kind of done on the spot. I love figuring things out on the fly with you all. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for the suggestion for the bigger head. That is a great suggestion. The eyes being wider apart. And like I said, I recommend glue. So free patterns for both of these little characters coming to our website as soon as the website is back up and running. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful afternoon. And if you're not busy, please feel free to join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern for a Friday live stream. Mr. InStitches, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. I was just thinking, if we struggle to get the website going, maybe we'll just post the patterns to the community tab. We can do that. We have to wait till we
get
website all fixed up.
I want to get it.
Days. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take, but it will get fixed. So, like I said, I definitely want to post it there.
So what we'll do is we'll post once we get it all up and running, everything's working, and the patterns are up. We'll post to the community tab that they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's the plan. Lori, I like that. Friendly the frog, since he was made with friends.
Oh, Friendly the frog.
Friendly frog. I like it. I think that's it. I think we're going to go with friendly.
Yeah, it's definitely friendly.
Yeah.
He looks like a friendly little frog. Like, he's jammed in that seating, and he's not complaining at all.
He looks kind of happy.
He even has a little smile on his face.
Yeah, he kind of looks kind of pleased about it.
He's very friendly and very polite.
He's a very polite frog, yes. Aww.
And he loves eggnog. He's an eggnog drinker.
He's an eggnog frog.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We will see you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye on the community posting and